Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' is D. Boss react to this vid by drama investigator. This is Nikita Dragun forced into men's prison. So apparently Nikita has been arrested recently for disorderly conduct or something like that. She was running around naked, something. I don't know the details. I don't keep up with this woman, but she is now in jail with male inmates, and people are discussing this. So let's get all the tea. Let's watch.
Nikita Dragun is being forced to stay in a men's jail. Fans are seriously concerned, like despite what she's done, this is very dangerous and can almost be deadly. Here we can see the leaked court hearing, which goes into detail about her sentencing and how she's basically going to be stuck in a men's jail.
Let me call up Nikita Dragun.
Present, Your Honor, he is on.
Good morning.
That ain't her real goddamn name.
So you were arrested. I gotta find your paperwork.
Will you just confirm how the defendant would like to be addressed? Confusing.
Oh, maybe it is. Sorry, I just figured that was her her stage name or influencer name, but maybe she legally changed it to that. I don't know.
What is it? What'd you say?
I just the volume was down.
Ma'am, you were arrested for battery on a corrections officer, disorderly conduct, or no, battery on a law enforcement officer, disorderly conduct, and then a battery in violation of a county or city ordinance. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
It looks like the defendant.
Nikita, please
What
do not
happened?
make
What'd she
any
do
statements
exactly?
or comments while
I heard she was running around naked. How is this
okay?
related to that?
What would you prefer to address you as? Your title?
She
Can't hear.
So it looks like she's here on.
she and her husband.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank
Looks
you.
like she's here on vacation.
Oh, from New York.
Right, there was an incident at the hotel.
She's
So let
arrested
me
for
read
battery,
what
though?
happened. The Good Times Hotel.
I don't know the full story. Alright, while they getting that shit together, let me see what she did. I swear, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I could have sworn I read that she was running around naked. What's her name? Nikita? Battery. Felony battery. What did she do? Oh, on the cop. Why would you get buck with the officer when he showed up?
The battery is throwing water or spilling water at the officer and the security guard.
Oh, okay.
So no objection to reducing the bonds.
You're going to order that you stay away from the Good Times Hotel. Do you have to go there to get your personal belongings?
I do.
All right. So you're not allowed to go back there, but you can return there to get your personal belongings. Otherwise, you got to stay away from there. And if you go there to get your personal belongings, I don't know, you want to stay away on her? She doesn't live here.
I mean, I think that she caused trouble at the hotel. I don't think they want her back there. And I don't think it's too restrictive.
So just go there to get your personal belongings. You should go with a police officer, okay?
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank the staff. They've been very lovely.
All right, let me just write this out.
This is like the same judge who recognized her classmate from years ago. Have y'all seen that video?
I don't know, what do we want her to do?
Is that
Just
her?
reduce the bonds.
And he started crying.
Do you have money to post the bond?
How much is it?
I don't know.
I was thinking 1,000 count 1 and then 500 2 and 3.
Okay, I might have to check.
Judge, would you consider an ROR?
100 count 2,
Girl, you
500.
got $1,000.
Judge, would you consider an ROR?
Can't do that. for
Unless
this
I
charge,
misheard
I'm
that.
sorry.
And the defendant's not from here, so.
I got to set a bond. It's a $2,000 bond. If there's any reason you can't afford to pay a bond, use the free phone at the jail to call the public defender's office, and they can readdress this with your division judge. All right?
And Your Honor, may I ask one question? Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?
Yeah, I don't make the rules up there, but
Okay.
it's a proper accommodation for you. You can a separate area. You can contact the
separate
bondsman to try and get you out. Corey, do you want to note your file that makes to follow up to make sure she's able to get hold of a bondsman and bonds out?
Yes, Judge. Miss Dragun, could I please have your phone number? or contact number that once you're out, we can get in touch with you?
Yes, ma'am. It's the same one I've had my entire life. 703.
Perfect. Thank you. So when you get out, please keep in touch with the public defender's office, and I'll make a note for the attorney to reach out to you soon so you can get in touch with the bondsman, okay?
Fiona, can you repeat the bond?
Sure, it's $1,000 count one for the battery on the law enforcement officer. Count two, the disorderly conduct is $500, and count three, the misdemeanor
I'm
battery
about to
is
just watch off. She
$500.
ain't coming back.
Fans of hers and also people who aren't even fans of hers are going off on Twitter. Someone tweeted, "So Nikita Dragun has been put in a men's jail, and I think it's important to remind folks that this kind of treatment is tantamount to sentencing a trans woman to be serially raped. It's a blatant violation of her Fourth Amendment protections against cruel and unusual punishment." The user continued,
I mean, anybody can
"Alright, I
rape,
just
let's
got
be
this
clear.
DM from someone who tracked down the information about the facility she was being kept in. I'll say this is likely unconfirmed until we actually hear from her, since I don't trust cops like that, but supposedly Nikita was released on bond earlier at 1 a.m. Here we can see those leaked text messages. The person said, "I think the best that we can hope for is that her bond will be paid real soon, but I'm livid that we don't have better policy on housing trans inmates. Thank you for your information. Oh my god, I called asking if I could pay her bail because this really had me effed up. They said that she was released at 1 a.m. Amen." Someone else tweeted, "Just seen that Nikita Dragun is being kept in a men's prison. This is so effing inhumane, and the fact the news isn't covering it is just even worse. I'm not a fan
They're
of
covering
Nikita,
it.
but this is a violation of human rights and her safety. They've even misgendered her in the report."
Or to pay a bond, use the pre-phone at the jail or call the public defender's office, and they can readdress this with your division judge. All right? And Your Honor, may I ask one question? May
We already saw it.
I ask the bondsman to try and get you out?
Iconic social media reporter Kat Tenbarge had tweeted with some exclusive leaked information. As the story is developing, there are videos circulating that suggest Nikita Dragun, a trans woman, was held in a men's jail. I wanted to share the parts of the arrest affidavit that misgender Nikita. The affidavit says Nikita would like to be recognised as a male. Here we can see the affidavit states, "The above listed individual appears as a female but would like to be recognised as a male. Officer Leon 1154 and Gonzalez 1137 responded to a 601 Washington Avenue, the Good Times Hotel, in reference to an Asian female causing a disturbance and being extremely disorderly within the establishment. Security personnel told the officer that defendant Dragun had been causing a disturbance for a long period of time and was walking around the pool area unclothed. When the security staff told the deaf he," and they're referring to Nikita here, "could not do this, he continued his behaviour and at one point intentionally threw water at a staff member. Once officers arrived on scene, they were escorted to the defendant's room. Once at the door, officers can hear loud music being played from the hotel room. After several knocks, including one by Officer Leon, clearly identifying as Miami Beach Police, the defendant opens the door. Once the defendant opens the door, the security staff explained to the defendant that his actions needed to be stopped, or it can lead to him being asked to leave the property.
Yeah, that
the
is
defendant
fucked.
closed the door on officers and in a short time opens it again and tells the security guard, 'Do you want more?' and proceeded to swing an open water bottle, causing the water to hit and spill on both security guards. The defendant is immediately placed into custody by officers. Officer Garcia responded to do a pat-down and search prior to the defendant being transported to the Miami Beach Police Holding Facility. The defendant was transported to TGK for further booking." So, what are your thoughts on...
Yeah, that's disrespectful. I guess they were upset because she threw water on them, but that's no excuse to misgender her. As far as Nikita specifically, I'm not going to sit here and advocate for her. I have been told in the past when I've reacted to her that she has made some racist comments and some slick comments about women. So am I going to sit here and defend her? Absolutely not. And based on, this footage, she didn't seem distraught when she discovered that she was going to remain in jail with men. Like, she's smiling and okay, bye. Like, she didn't seem like she felt her life was in danger. So I don't feel like it's that pressing of an issue based on her reaction that I just saw. But as far as this topic overall, I think it is a bit tricky concerning where to place trans inmates. I don't personally think it's appropriate to place trans women with biological women in jail. There have been cases where trans women have assaulted biological women in jail, both physically and sexually. And I guess in this particular situation, they wouldn't allow her to be amongst female inmates, but it has been allowed in other situations. I guess it depends on the jurisdiction in the area. I'm not exactly sure, but they should not be mixed at all. And on the flip side, I also don't think that male or trans men should be placed amongst male inmates either. And you can make the argument that, oh, well, what if they have a sexual reassignment surgery? Like, it should be fine. Then I still don't think that is appropriate because they still have their strength. And I know that some trans people will go through hormone therapy and testosterone repression. But there have been studies that have reported that that only minimally reduces their strength. So they still have that unfair physical advantage. What if a trans woman comes to jail and got a chip on her shoulder and she started knocking bitches out left and right? Like, that's not a safe space for the female inmates. And then where do we determine that we draw the line? Like, what if there's a full grown ass man who determines late in life that he should have been born a woman and that he now wants to identify as such, like a Caitlyn Jenner, for example, and then they commit a crime the next week? Do we just throw them in jail with other women? Like, I just don't think that that's appropriate. And then the biggest issue here is that you have committed a crime. You are now a criminal. So you cannot expect certain rights and privileges that you would get outside of jail. That is why it is important to be a law-abiding citizen and do the right thing. Of course, some people are wrongfully jailed, but most people are not. Okay? They are in jail, rightfully so, and they acknowledge that they did said crime. So you can't expect, to get to jail and have people cater to you. That's just not how it works. And I don't think that the legal system would go out of their way to, make this trans jail specifically for you when, you have committed a crime. You should not have done what you did. Obviously, I do think that it is unfair to trans people. Like I said, it's a tricky situation, but at the same time, it's like you should do the right thing and try not to go to jail. You feel me? A lot of unjust things occur in jail, okay? I have been in jail. I have witnessed it firsthand. It's very degrading, unjust things that take place. I didn't feel like I had all of the rights that I have outside of jail, obviously, so that's just how it is. So you should stay out of jail and not assault people. But I wish her the best. I hope she figures it out. This isn't a serious charge, so it's not like she about to be sitting in there for years. So, I feel like she'll be out soon. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next time. Bye!